not just theory, like it's fact. It's going to happen. Welcome to 10K Tuesday. How do you know if you're doing right? How do you know? Hey, welcome to 10K Tuesday. If you've never been here before, hi, my name is Scott, and every Tuesday I gotta run 10 kilometers just so I can even talk to you. And I've got this audacious goal of I want to make $10,000 in a day, and my vehicle to do it would be day trading. It'll happen one of these days. And so I was having this thought, man, how do you know when you're doing the right thing? Don't we need a sign? And so many of the things that we do, payday, if you will, is going to be delayed. You know, when we go to work for a regular job, you know, the paycheck for that effort is about 2 weeks later. And so, you know, just in other things, we got karma. And sometimes it's instant karma, but more often than not, it's delayed. And so I just ran to this pier here, and I'm like, why am I doing this? What's in it for me? Is this correct action? I mean, I'm not running to go get medicine or help for somebody in distress. I'm not running to get food or water for survival. So just as an observer, like, let's pretend I'm an alien. I'm looking at this guy running like, what the hell is he doing that for? And so I got to thinking, why is it that we run and work out? And there's, you know, we're not instantly buff. Therefore, you know, how do we know it's worth it? And I was thinking, you know, so many of us are trying to like figure out the ancient wisdom or remember it or recall it or discover it. And I was thinking, you know what? I'd say the way we know that physical exertion is correct action is, you know, today now we know it in terms of frequency. We can actually assign a label to it. We know that, oh, I feel better, I'm on this frequency now. And it's because I did this and activated all these chemicals inside of us. And, you know, a good acronym to remember is DOSE. D is in dopamine, O is in oxytocin, S is in serotonin, E is endorphins. Those are these feel-good drugs that pump you up, that we generate. And the key to unlocking them is physical exertion. Or you could cheat and use drugs and alcohol and you know, the socials. I highly recommend doing it the ancient way, through physical exertion. And I think an excellent example of, or validation of this principle is the Olympics. The Olympics was created around 2,000 years ago. And, you know, something had to happen even before that, before they, you know, the ancients, organized the Olympics. So, you know, games probably started from running. You know, probably started as like, hey man, I can get to this village faster than you. And it could have started there, you know, thousands of years ago, just there. I mean, even if there's this movie called like The Norseman, or I think it has the dude that played It, and like he got all ripped for this movie where he's a Viking, and they had this really fucked up game of soccer / football / lacrosse. It's a crazy movie if you want to watch it. I mean, it's so brutal, but it was physical exertion. It was gaming. And anyway, I'm kind of going down a rabbit hole there, but that's my point. Is ancients discovered that physical exertion makes you feel awesome. It jazzes up people observing you. Somewhere along the line, it went from competitive to combative. You know, like Gladiator 2 is out right now as far as like, you know, dating this video. I haven't seen that yet. I need to go see it. So, yeah, so why do we do things and how do we know that they're right? Now that I consistently run and work out every day, and I want this for you so bad, that's why I make these videos. Now, if I don't do that, I don't feel right. So I must do this in order to feel correctly. Now, if you haven't run since high school and, you know, and you go out and you run a mile or two, you're not going to unlock it there. I just want to go ahead and make that clear. It's highly doubtful that you're going to run your first mile in 20 years and be like, damn, I don't know what I've been missing. It's probably, it's probably going to suck at first. But because that you have folks out there ahead of you where you secretly long to be, telling you, hey man, this is what you gotta do. This is the price of entry. You gotta do it a few times before you feel awesome like I do every single time. Hopefully you will have buy-in to that, because it's not just theory, like it's fact. It's going to happen. You know, another example of how do you know that you're doing the right thing? You know, it really goes across the board to all sorts of things. How do you know you're taking right action is, you know, when you heal yourself and you teach others to do the same, or if whatever you do is coming from a place of love, trying to help somebody. You know, for example, let's say we're in a parking lot, right? Obviously on a beach, and I'm an auto mechanic and I'm walking past somebody that's changing their tire. And I know the best way to change that tire, and I see them just going about it ass backwards, and I can offer my help. All right, you know, hey man, I see you're changing your tire. I'm an auto mechanic. Let me help you with that. You know, the person can either accept or reject that help. You know, they're like, nah, I'm good. I'm gonna figure it out on my own. And they just continue to screw it all up. But if they do say, you know what, yeah, I'm receptive to help, and I'm over here willing to give it. Say you're that auto mechanic, and you can be like, hey, so, you know, if you use this type of lug wrench, like, you know, you can spin it and it'll come out faster. And oh, by the way, the lug nuts, you always want to put them in your pocket. You never want to set them on the ground. Because last time, you know, I knew this guy that lost like 3 out of his 4 lug nuts, you know. By the way, you know, you ought to look into rotating your tires, and the person could be so ignorant about that. Like I was when I was 16, when I first heard the concept of rotating tires. I was like, that's silly. Every time I drive, the tires are rotating. They're spinning. They're not rotating. I mean, and you know, you're taking the tires and you're moving them from one location to another on your car to prolong the life of the tire. I didn't know that when I was a kid. And the person on the ground trying to change their tire might not know that. That is correct action. That is right action, that you, the auto mechanic, decided to help this person and educate them, and they're now better off for that. So you might know that I recently wrote a book, and it's available in the notes here below. And one thing of correct action that I knew, when I did this, I knew I was right? And so I thought to myself, if somebody asked me, how would you get in shape, and how would you stay in shape forever, and how would you drop drugs, alcohol, and tobacco, what would you say to that person exactly? And that's what I put in the book. But what I also did, I'm really proud of this, and I know this will help you, and it's absolutely free with the book too, is I made these videos to accompany. They were originally an upsell that you had to pay $37 for when you bought the book. And what happened was somebody bought my book and a glitch happened and they didn't receive it. What happened was, actually, he had Gmail and it went to his spam. And so I thought he didn't get the book, but he did. And so what I did was I contacted him and I sent it again, and I said, hey, I want you to, you know, appreciate your patience in working with me on a new product, but I want you to also have these videos as well for free. And it's like I felt this hand on my shoulder saying that was correct action. But the hand stayed there, right? And then I was like, holy shit, I should do this for everybody. That is correct action. That is correct action. It felt right. So it sounds like a sales pitch, I know, but it's really could be the most valuable book offer on the internet. So if you click down below, or if you go to alwaysrippedbook.com, when you get the book, you'll also get the Freedom Formula videos that I created. And those videos, it's basically bringing the book to life on screen for you. So a lot of us, you know, would rather watch a movie than read the book. That's it right there. And the Freedom Formula videos place a focus where I show you how to drop drugs and alcohol and tobacco. It's not me behind a desk on PowerPoint boring the shit out of you the entire time. I go out and I do stuff, and I keep it lively, and I really strive to entertain you. And if you're entertained, it's going to stick better. And if it sticks better, you're going to do it and you'll change your life. So I have these great epiphanies while I'm running and exercising, and I highly recommend it for you. And that's how, you know, you'll unlock these things to know that you're doing the correct things. And I just want this to be help to you and of service to you. And if you think the book will help you out, along with the videos, by the way, I think it's the best value on the internet right now. I really do. So I hope you guys have a great day. Thanks so much for watching, and take care. Do not waste this day.
Bye.